Welcome home, y'all, to this week's MiniPod. So we had a great show on our main episode this week with Loren Mychael, and it was so good that you guys sent in all these questions and comments. We did not get a chance to get to them. So Angela, Andrew, and myself were here to try to get to as many as possible. But you know, sometimes you guys ask these questions and you take us down a rabbit hole because your questions are so great or your comments are so insightful. So we're going to try to get to as many as possible. So let's not waste any more time. Roll us a question. Turn up, Nick.
Peace, Native Land family. Daniel Rant just checking in. Just wanted to say the last episode was super, super dope. It spoke to everything that I'm on with intention, and everything you spoke about in the episode spoke to me as a new thing that I'm on. I wrote a record called On Code.
You guys, I love this because Daniel is truly Native Land Pod fam. Many of you all know that he wrote our intro music. Daniel, it's always good to see you. He is definitely part of the family because he was like, hey, y'all, since I'm co-hosting the show today, what is on code? Now, I don't know if he's saying on cold or on code.
I'm pretty sure it's on code, like CODE, on code.
Okay. So I don't know what that means.
Well, because you're not on code.
Got it. Definitely not on code.
What show? Just out of clarity, what show were we talking about? That he's
I think
on code
because
with?
He talked about Lanny. It could have been that
yeah.
show when we talked about Lanny was the designer, the black designer who we had on, talking about where we spend our money. But all of our shows are on code. I'm adopting it as mine.
I mean, because you know we about that on code life.
We about that on code. We stay on code.
Does that mean that he might be saying what you were saying on the last show, Tiff, which was, you know, there are certain things that should be for us. Like we should have our own code. Like here's on code. I got a perfect one. Andrew, you got to look for this. Ready? Y'all will know. Watch.
What's
yes, precisely.
You didn't have to say it, Andrew. We're just on code.
Yes.
But everybody in the community might not be on code.
If they're not on code, they're not in the community.
I should be able to have this figured out.
Right. And if I say something to you and you don't really know what I'm talking about, I'm kind of looking at you sideways.
I'm just gonna
I have another one.
Okay, give us another one.
Andrew, you have to look. The problem, part of the issue today is Andrew is writing a whole, I don't know
what
he's
are you doing, Andrew? What are you doing over there?
I was imitating Angela during any normal recording.
I know, Angela. Angela does the same thing. She always like
you guys, this. Look at my notes. I take notes.
Okay, but you got to get on code. You got to get on code.
Well, I have to get on memory first, and then I'll get on code. Now, here's my second on code moment, and then you guys have to play charades. I guess that's what we're doing. This is so sad for people who are not watching it. I'll tell you what I'm doing afterwards. Okay. So here's another one. Okay, see if you know what I'm saying.
Obviously.
They line, please stop. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so what I did was a side eye with like my lips pursed for those.
Well, the first thing she did was like a certain type of head nod, but it wasn't a head nod like top of the morning to you.
It wasn't a yes. It was a
yes.
Flick that thing up like you do twerking, like twerk your head.
Yeah, it's like a yes. That statement's true, but you don't follow it.
Oh, you talking back to the eyes? This is why I know he's
back
not
to the side eye.
Anyway, this is not going to work for charades on audio. No, that's true.
That was my interpretation of it. It was like, you're shaking your head like, we all know it's true, but you, the last one, should be calling it out because you don't do it.
That's
good. Sort of like the person who's.
But that was something we went back to the head nod, Andrew.
Both of them. I think both of them are on code. Yeah. You know what's something else that's on code?
I'm off code.
If we were all together and any one of us got up and started running.
Oh, yes.
Got up and started running. If we running, the table's falling. It's like,
oh, yeah. That's true, too.
She said got up.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody who get up and run.
Okay, I have a question for the viewers. What is on code to you guys? And it has to be something that you can drop a video if you want, or you can drop it in the comments. Because we've been saying that we were going to talk about different phrases and dialects from different geographical regions.
Yeah.
And we have a wonderful book that we're going to use to explore that. So stay tuned. That's going to be on a MiniPod coming up. What was his name, Angela?
Jared Hill. It's
Jared Hill sent us a great book. It's on my coffee table. I love it. So that's a future episode.
Historically
but for
Black
now,
Phrases.
Historically Black
by
Phrases.
Jared Hill and Travell Anderson.
I love it. But so we're that's a future episode. For now, I'm curious, what is on code to you guys? It can be a gesture, it could be something we say, but something that like, oh, okay, we're on code.
Are we all together? Are we in unison? Are we in alignment? Also, is on code a geographical slang term? Because I really have not heard it before.
I've never heard that phrase before in my life. We might be introducing something to the lexicon.
Boston. I think Daniel's in Boston. Well, Daniel, what does that mean? And you said I wrote a song. He was like, I know we're going to be all on the same page. And I'm like, I don't know what page we're on, but I'm happy to turn it there.
I mean, I think part of being on code is knowing what anything means that can mean being on code.
Yeah.
It's like you hip to it, You know
what's up.
Right. Like
you
know what it is.
In the last episode, when Trav was like, go, like he didn't say go off, Andrew, but we said go off, Andrew, or turn up, Andrew. Those mean the same thing. Nick turned Andrew's literal volume up on the microphone. And Tiff's response to that was like, I don't want everybody to know. If it's going to impact production, I definitely want Nick to know. And I feel like Nick can have an honorary black card, especially during Wednesdays.
During Wednesdays, Nick gets a black card. But I mean in general, because we put a lot of stuff out there. But the thing about it is we're so dope. We are a small percentage of the population, but where we go, the whole world follows.
That's what Shirley said. We control the culture.
We
took things from Africa, curated them here, and they made their way back to Africa with Black American spin on it. So we really have, we drive conversation, we drive culture. And so I think there is some danger to exposing that. But the thing is, we're a bottomless bucket of culture and dopeness and specialness, of fashion and dance and, the things that we carry with us on the boat. So
Tiffany,
I like
your comment made me think about Sinners.
That's where I was going.
That image of them.
I love it when you on code. You on code.
Yeah. There it is. That may be the first and last time, but it's okay.
I love that.
We're going to survive this.
So
but
that scene, Andrew, I love that scene.
Moves, dances, we were never even taught, right?
Yes.
We were not, and our physical form weren't taught, but the spirit of the ancestors being so powerful, the movements manifest themselves through us in a different day, time, condition that just shows how connected we are as a people, but moreover, how what we do then influences how everybody else moves.
Yeah.
That was a powerful scene. I loved it.
The thing that I thought about, and I don't want to bypass this, Tiff, because I think in this moment we're in, it is so important. You referenced, there's some things that you're basically saying, I just want to keep for us. And there is also, since Andrew referenced Sinners, and we've talked about slavery as recently as our last episode, I think it is important for people to understand, since history is now our responsibility to teach white America, since they want to dismantle the Smithsonian, to help them understand that some of what is on code in our language are the things that preserved our lives, the things that helped us find a pathway to freedom during slavery. Songs and scriptures that were quoted, we were using to literally give us the navigational tools to get to freedom. And so there's something in you that's saying, hey, in an ancestral memory way, in my DNA, there's something here that I want to protect. And I don't think that that's inherently wrong at all. I actually think that that's very smart to protect some of those things. But also, if there are well-meaning allies and they have proved themselves to be well-meaning allies, there are some things that they probably need to know so they can help us. Because because we know our math don't math. There ain't enough of us. Coalition requires we are going to have to build in some ways. But I do hear you on some things should just be protected for the culture.
Yeah.
So maybe this might be one of them. I had to text RJ, so I apologize for the pings, because she says this term. There was a letter that came to the house and I was reading, and the girl was like, you ate crumbs and left you ate and left no crumbs. And I said, what did you eat in front of these people? Why would she write that? And it makes no sense. And then I went into like chastise the writer, saying like, we don't teach our kids any decorum anymore. Like, what's appropriate in a letter? What isn't? And Jay was like, what are you talking about? I was like, this young person, the dance girl, she's like, you ate and left no crumbs. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And, whatever. And Jay's like, Andrew, it's a compliment. It's a saying the young people have.
But also,
And
Andrew, I feel like that's such a disconnect from culture. You know,
I've
why?
never
And you
heard
are
it before in my life.
What?
Never
but
heard
how
it.
are you so because you are an
don't
HBCU
consume-
graduate? You're in Florida. You're around black folks.
I could be a graduate of any institution and still.
You live with RJ though. Like I don't understand.
But she tells me all the time, why is it that I
He's
never follow her Instagram?
He's a 75-year-old man inside of himself.
And I'm like, why
I think
follow
a
your
75-year-old
Instagram
man would get
stories?
that.
I don't know your stories.
We should call my dad and see if he knows what it means.
All right, let's go sit because we
I've
doing
never
what we
heard
said
that
we
term
weren't going to do.
before in my life.
I
Okay,
kind
well,
of
just
want to call
sitting there
Papa
thinking,
Mariah to see what he says.
Okay, well, do that
Where did
after the
y'all
show.
hear?
Let's go to the next because we doing
I
this.
want it first.
We
I'm
running out of
I'm
time.
sorry. Of course,
Let's get to the next viewer question because we doing what we said we wouldn't do.
How you doing, Native Land Pod family? My name is Jesse McCoy. I'm a clinical professor of law at Duke University. But before that, I am a proud Rattler of Florida A&M, where Andrew Gillum was my SGA president. I have a question just about the pathway to politics. We run into a lot of students who either need to be involved in politics or want to be involved in politics. And I was just wondering if there's an incubator of politicians or former politicians who can advise those students about things like campaign finance and political strategy. Because I just have no idea how to even direct them or where to direct them. Shout out to Angela Robb and watching you since you on CNN. You really did a great job representing for us. Tiffany Cross, likewise on MSNBC, but even more so now on the show because I think you're the person that most relates to how I feel in the current moment.
Jesse, you ate and left no crumbs with that question. Andrew, I mean, when he was asking, I was immediately thinking, do you want to say? Do you want to answer?
Andrew.
I'm sorry. I thought you were. You said when he said the question.
Andrew did not eat and left all the crumbs.
All the crumbs. So since he left the crumbs, let's eat them up, Tiff.
We're
not going to let him cook. We're not going to let him cook.
Don't let him cook.
So there are a couple of things I wanted to acknowledge on the actual subject of the question. One, Andrew, you are my forever SGA president too, even though I didn't go to FAM. When Andrew left FAM, he joined People for the American Way and started something called the Young Elected Officials Network that not only pulled young electeds together and gave them a home to strategize, to think through how to become better leaders, but also really developed an on-ramp for them to run for higher office. Sadly, one of the biggest failures of that program is Kirsten Sinema. I digress. He's had many more successes. She also did not eat and left all the crumbs too. But we also have the CBC Institute's boot camp. And then Collective PAC runs a program for folks who want to run for office and who also want to run campaigns. So I do want to just tout that there are entities that are doing this work. We could always use more. Mississippi Black Leadership Institute, MBLI, is one that has pumped out. If you guys go through and look at the state and local elected officials in Mississippi, there are a ton of Black folks, and that was not by mistake. It was with great intention. So, Andrew, I always want to give you the opportunity to shout you out for the work that you've done at YEO and beyond.
I'm going to talk about the specific program that I founded at People for underneath the Young Elected Officials Network that did this campaign training. And I turned away to look on my other computer to research whether or not it still exists. And 20 years later, the Frontline Leaders Academy is still going strong. If y'all remember when we were with Jamal Bryant, and he said, "Thank you for the letter of recommendation from my wife, Carrie." Carrie went through this program, the Frontline Leaders Academy, and at the end of it was the person chosen as the most likely to be the candidate running for office. She ain't run yet, so I'm gonna have to remind her when I see her in Atlanta this weekend when we're up there, y'all. That she was a part of this program, but it's an excellent program that trains young people and all people interested in running for office or being part of a campaign apparatus, what it means to be a candidate, campaign manager, finance director, field organizer, communications specialist, the core competencies of what are required. And that is, of course, housed at People for the American Way Foundation based in D.C. And then, update on the message. RJ said, I told you, she said, the quote was, you ate. And I then later told you it was you ate and left no crumbs. So what I was responding to initially was you ate and no context. I had no clue what the fuck it meant.
Andrew is not on code. Andrew's not on code.
We
Andrew about to lose his black card.
I ain't about to lose a black card, but I ain't gonna win no cards for what's in the social media atmosphere.
Zeitgeist.
You got your black card, but you losing your uncode card. We got one last question that we have time for, and I want to try to get it in. So let's hear from this viewer.
What's up, Native Land? This is Craig again. I'm coming out of Brooklyn. Just sitting on my stoop, chilling, enjoying these last days of summer. I'm just thinking about all the things that are happening all around the country, especially in DC, where, you know, folks can't sit out on their stoop like I'm doing right now, just enjoying life in the moment. And I just want to say, this is just a reminder to find those small moments that bring you joy, because things are pretty chaotic right now. And I'm just hoping everybody is taking the time to find joy. Love you guys. Hope all is well. This is Craig. Peace.
Craig was backlit, unfortunately.
Is this the guy who, after he asked this question, y'all were like, he fine? I think y'all must have got him a lot of dates from that first.
Get it, Craig.
Craig was like, I'm coming back, and I'm just going to sit back on the stoop.
He ate, and he left no crumbs. He was on code.
But is today because I couldn't even see him today. He had a police spotlight on him today.
We're going to have him turn around the next time and then make the clip.
I do appreciate the message, though.
With you, brother.
Find those moments of joy. So if do you guys have any closing thoughts on what you're doing to find those moments of joy?
You know, when we were on last week, I mentioned that I had a friend who tragically passed in a car accident. And I think there are these moments where you realize how fleeting life is. You know, there are other moments where my mom, as she goes through chemo, she is constantly assessing the fullness of her life and whether it is indeed complete. And you kind of contrast that with people who probably are not expecting to go. And so the reminder is, no matter where you find yourself, even if you do think you have tomorrow, especially, you know, as we're younger and you get older, you think you're invincible. You think your parents are invincible. At least some of us may. But I think that the constant reminder is we can choose joy in the midst of everything that's going on. We can find those pockets and hopefully lean into them. And that is the greatest lesson I've learned from watching my mom and even from losing Teddy last week. So that's what I would say.
I love that. Andrew, do you have?
I would say I'm probably increasing in my comfort, probably to a level of discomfort for those around me and all the things I don't know. And I don't care that I don't know. You know how sometimes you're not hip to something like we have just had with eating?
I was going to say, this is just throwing shade to me and Angela. That's not joy.
It is joy. It is joy. It's joy in the sense that you don't know a thing and you don't care anymore. Like a line dance at the thing, you know, what's the name of that organization in every city that has a party on Saturday night? Where older black people go.
I remember that.
Yeah, or Friday nights. I can't remember. It's the
Friday night.
Yeah,
got paid.
All I'm saying, like the line dance, I don't want to know the newest one, and I don't even want to know the.
Come on, Andrew. God.
Okay, Andrew.
Where the fans at?
That's right. That was your joy. That was finding joy that you don't know. Fine.
Yes,
I need
that
a
is
fan.
joy that you don't have the pressure.
Oh, here's my fan.
Of wanting to have to learn it.
Fine. Fair enough. Moments of joy. I will tell you right now, I feel incredibly, so much angst. I mean, DC, it just is right outside my window, just everywhere. You know, a Union Station is literally tanks outside. It just looks so ridiculous and unnecessarily so. So as I'm watching us transcend to this police state, it's just, I don't know. I'm in a constant state of unrest. So my moments of joy is just when I can calm down. And how I calm myself down is I inhale and then I exhale. And however you need to inhale and exhale, I recommend you do that. I mean, breathing exercises for sure.
Good practice.
Yes. And I am trying different new types of therapy too. That last part is legit above board.
The
Trying
Tiffany
different types of
goes
therapy.
high and also is trying new therapy is a very important thing. It's a great thing. John Legend said
Tiffany
so
goes
high.
high and low.
No, you don't go low, sis. You don't go low.
Oh,
I will.
I almost
You
did.
go gutter.
Exactly.
No,
Well,
this is
thank you
good.
guys for tuning into this mini pod. If you happen to be in Atlanta, we will be at InvestFest in Atlanta. I mean, you may be hearing this after we've left Atlanta, whenever you decide to listen to Native Land Mini Pod. But we will be headed to the A. So we may see you there. But please be sure to tune into these mini pods. We have our main episode that drops on Thursdays. Mini pods drop on Fridays. You can catch Angela's solo pod most Tuesdays, except on those very precious days that we're very happy to see her get some rest. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please share this, spread the word, get on code, and tell people about Native Land mini pods. Because that's a part of it. And how we ate and left no crumbs, and how Andrew didn't cook.
I wanna apologize to y'all, because if this is really how I look in the podcast, what Andrew is doing, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that no more.
You do look like
This
that
is
all the
awful.
time.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna work on it. I really apologize.
Especially when someone's
Please,
talking about
if
something
it's
serious.
happening, because I be taking notes. But if it's happening and it's triggered, just text me, please.
On
I'm
that
so
device,
sorry.
working away, it's something more important than the conversation we're
That
having.
is not true.
It only happens every
Well,
week. It's
viewers,
just not
let
a
us
big deal.
know what you all observe.
Yeah, please. I'm sorry.
Let us know what y'all observe. But this is also cut up, so you don't always see Angela on camera. We all see each other the whole podcast. So
Yeah, but that's really frustrating.
They
It's
don't
a
put her
pleasant.
on when she's doing that. They put me on.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Well, if I had something shady to say to Andrew, I would, but I'm not as quick
Bring
as
it.
him.
I go
Andrew
low.
is in it's so hard being green era. Today.
All right. On that note, welcome home, y'all, and we will see you soon.
Welcome home.
Thank you for joining the natives. Intentional with the info on all of the latest.
Native Land Pod is a production of iHeartRadio in partnership with Reason Choice Media. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.